Warning, this movie review includes spoilers.
This movie was rated PG. It made $15 million in 1981. So back then, that was a lot of money. It was the number one rated movie in 1981. Hollywood back then gave it a rating of 6.9. Me, I give it a rating of 8. Now, it was an older movie, so the graphics weren't the best that I expected. But actually, I loved the story. It was a lot different than the remake. And actually, Zeus, you saw Zeus and a lot of the female gods, but you didn't really, and Poseidon was there. But unlike the other one, Pegasus, you saw him actually catch Pegasus, and he was white. And back then in the era, they wore a lot of white. The gods were draped in white. White was known as purity or something, So back in those days, they did wear a lot of white. The Pegasus was white. He was given divine weapons by the gods. So it was a lot different. Like he was given a shield, a sword, a helmet that made him invisible, which actually, if you look at the Greek history, the visible helmet was Hades, which is another thing. Hades is not even mentioned in this video. He did cross the river Styx with but this guy, this ferryman, was an actual skeleton. So actually, it was more accurate, and they made Medusa out to be a lot more, you can tell it was shitty, but she was a lot more of how she would have been from the stories matching it. So they matched the stories pretty good. They did fight a two-headed dog, but I don't think it was Hades' dog, because Hades' dog has 3 heads. The Cypress is like three-headed dog, not two-headed. But he did fight the Kraken, and the Kraken looked, from what my friend said, that it actually does look like a Kraken from the stories. And I looked, and it does. It does appear. And the other one was just like the sea monster kind of thing. This one wasn't. So I really enjoyed this movie very much, actually seeing the original. It's only $3 on YouTube. It was worth it, and it is a really cool movie. It took a lot of aspects of him. It actually showed his mom living with him on a deserted island which they were sent. It showed Zeus's wrath towards those people that actually thrown him in the sea with his mother. And what I think is cool, that Zeus, in the beginning, in the Greek stories, he did make humans in his image by clay. And he has them all in little shelves. And we all know that Zeus slept around a lot. And actually this shows in the video that the women talk about him all the time like that. And he favored Perseus for some reason. That was his favorite. I don't know why Zeus wasn't. Not Zeus. I don't know why Hercules wasn't his favorite. There was no Ares in this movie either. It was mainly focused on the goddesses. And him. Mainly focused on Zeus was the main thing. And the goddesses were secondary. But they made certain weapons for him. He wanted Athena to give up her owl to him. And she made a robot owl, because she was not going to give him up. So the robot owl was kind of funny, so it had comedy to it. So it was really cool episode. Not episode, really cool movie. A lot of it was totally different than the regular movies. You actually got drawn into the story more. And when he made the men of clay, that guy, like I said, he released the Kraken on that city to destroy that city of his. It shows Zeus's really vindictive personality. He destroyed the city, but he took that man, he picked him up, and he crushed him. And he became nothing, like crushed the guy alive, because he made him. So he made him in the dust to wind. And So that pacificity of Zeus was pretty well controlled. He does have a bit of a wrath, but then he does favor some of his he does favor humans over the gods. Especially if you look at history of Ares and Ares, like Ares is always jealous because he is the son of Zeus, but Zeus doesn't really give him much of attention because he is a god, and he favors more Perseus and Hercules and the other half gods more than he does him. So anyhow, on this movie, I would rate it definitely an 8.